It is my immense pleasure to invite Professor R.C. Anuchandran, Head, Department of Tourism Studies, to give his welcome address.
Namaste. Hearty greetings to the dignitaries and esteemed guests, faculty members, non-teaching staff, scholars, students, and staff from the EMRC. Good morning to all of you. So this is a landmark occasion, I must say, and we should be proud as stakeholders of Pondicherry University, internal stakeholders, because an event of the state on cruise tourism, a workshop, it is a rare feat, not only pan-India, but world over. We don't come across such a workshop on cruise tourism. I just was examining world over what is the situation, like especially when it comes to a topic like setting service parameters and SOPs, standard operating procedures in cruise tourism. And students and scholars must take it, because students, especially for placement, the perception is that what exposure the students are getting from the department. What are the areas, fields, arenas where the students garner exposure? This is one, that is why I said that this is not, it is very rare and unique. And at the same time, I must say that we have been collaborating, and we must wholeheartedly thank Bureau of Indian Standards for according us this opportunity to have the project. This is workshop which is being organized as part of the project. So we must thank Bureau of Indian Standards for this also. And we have been associating with Bureau of Indian Standards since 2020 during the COVID time for the internship opportunities for the students. BIS was helping us and facilitating us by giving us leads and for their own ventures. And in 2023, Registrar had inaugurated a household campaign. We had flagged off that campaign here, and some student team we had formed. And likewise, we were collaborating. They are our associates also, Bureau of Indian Standards. And this is a workshop which Sri Jose Charles has set the ball rolling, which is a very appropriate presentation as a starter. He provided very valuable insights to us, and we could take it up further from that point. Now, moving on to the privileged responsibility of welcoming the guest, academic and administrative leaders of the university. At the outset, let me formally welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor K. Tharanikarasu, who has been a pillar of support for us, and he is encouraging, and Sir knows that events are our forte, and how to nourish that and make it one of the flag bearers of the university. He has conceived the plans and always shared with us. Sir, I will take this opportunity. I would formally accord welcome on behalf of the department and on my personal behalf to this inaugural session of the workshop. And I would also welcome Professor Malabika Deo, Dean School of Management, and she has been, through the thick and thin of the department, her counsel, her guidance has mattered a lot, and I would formally welcome you, madam, to this inaugural function. And now I would welcome the guest, Professor K. Shivaprasad. Sir is the Professor of Department of Ship Technology in Cochin University of Science and Technology. It is not much universities can boast of such a department like the Department of Ship Technology. And he is also the independent director of Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited. Well, sir, I would formally welcome you to this inaugural session. Thanks a lot for giving consent for this presentation during the workshop. I would welcome Sri Jose Charles. He gave an amazing presentation just a few while ago. Sri Jose Charles is retired joint director of BIS, and he is also a certified technical assessor of energy management, anti-bribery. I was seeing his portfolio, and he is also involved in solar product resource development also on his personal vein. I would formally welcome you, sir, to this inaugural session. Thank you so much for joining us. And I would also welcome our resource person for the afternoon session, Sri Soni TL. He is the managing partner and naval architect. And that is a very novel designation we will come across of a ship tech icon. And thank you, sir, and I would formally welcome you too to this function. And Dr. Sherry Abraham, she is the project director. In fact, this project, Madam is the director and 3 members have adjoined with that, with myself, Dr. C.B. George and Ms. Serena Esther Rani, a research scholar. So this is part of that project, Madam. And you have been a role model for us, the perseverance. And she should be a role model at this point in the zenith of her career. And she leaves no stone unturned in organizing. I was, very captivated by her stance and her commitment at this level also. She don't delegate much and she takes everything in her hand and want to fulfill it with 100%. So I would formally welcome you, Madam, to this function. And my colleague in the department, the project member, Dr. Sibi PS, despite her deputy Dean Student Welfare position, she takes time to go through the literature, correct it, and give valuable suggestions. I would welcome Dr. Sibi PS also to this inaugural session. And I would welcome my faculty colleagues in the department who not under the ambit but has been a powerful source for motivation for us. Professor Venkat Rao, Dean Students Welfare, Professor Sambat Kumar Swain, professor in the department. And I would like to share a happy news with you that we have signed the grant for the European Commission project on capacity building, 7 crore project, out of which 30% will be, we will receive for the university. And we have tagged that, it's a joint partnership program, that project along with the Nitham Hyderabad, a institution in Portugal, and also we have signed Vidzim University of Applied Sciences, Latvia. It's a 4-member thing, and sir is the project manager for that thing. And last day only we received the news. So I would welcome Professor Sambat Kumar Swain and the newly joined faculty in the department, Dr. Anusha also. I would welcome, hearty welcome to all the scholars, especially the scholar coordinators, Ms. Ekta, Mr. Ritu Das, and Mr. Surya Ganguly, and all the research scholars here whose contributions have been priceless. Yes? And also the students, they were so attached, both the batches, first year and second year, so dedicated. At the drop of an instruction, they were ready to fulfill it with all earnestness. I would welcome all the students to this inaugural session, and also the non-teaching staff, Meenakshi Sundaram from EMRC, and also our friends from other departments. I would welcome one and all, and thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your warm and welcoming words. Now, it is time for lighting the ceremonial lamp to illuminate knowledge and wisdom within us. To inaugurate this, I request Professor Anuchandran to lead the guests for the lamp lighting ceremony.
Now, I would like to call Dr. Sherry Abraham, Associate Professor, Department of Tourism Studies, to help us get started. She will be sharing an overview of our objectives of today's session. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Sherry Abraham.
Respected dignitaries on the stage, our Vice Chancellor Professor Tarnekar sir, Professor Malvika ma'am, our Dean School of Management, Professor Y. Venkatrao, Dean Students Welfare and our former head of the department, Professor Shiv Prasad sir from QSAT, Professor from the Shipping Technology, and Mr. Jose Charles, Retired Director from BIS, Mr. Soni, the CEO of Ship Tech, and Mr. Ashwant, who has come from Chennai, representing the BIS, Professor Anu Chandran sir, our HOD, Professor Sampath Kumar sir, who is a former HOD of our department, Dr. CBPS, our Deputy Dean, Students Welfare, as well as Associate Professor from our department, Ms. Reena, who is also a project member, HODs from other departments, our guest faculty, our research scholars, students from Department of Tourism Studies. I am really honored to see your presence in this significant workshop on cruise tourism, which is a sanctioned project by the Bureau of Indian Standards. And today we gather to discuss the vital role of guidelines and requirements for cruise tourism service providers in providing a sustainable, safe, and enjoyable experience. Cruise tourism has witnessed significant growth over the past few decades and emerging as a major sector within the broader travel and tourism industry. As more individuals seek unique and luxurious travel experiences, the cruise industry has expanded its offering to cater to diverse demographics. There are no current national or international standards on cruise tourism. While the national strategy for cruise tourism is under development and therefore it poses challenges for ensuring consistency, safety, and sustainability across the industry. Considering the importance of the subject, Travel, Tourism and Hospitality Related Services Sectional Committee SSD02 has decided to formulate an Indian standard on cruise tourism and conduct a study on cruise tourism operations and service parameters to ensure uniformity, consistency in cruise operations around India. Cruise tourism is a substantial component of the blue economy, offering recreational travel on cruise ships that explore coastal areas, islands, and marine ecosystems. This industry can generate revenue and employment opportunities for local communities, promote cultural exchange and education about marine conservation, and support sustainable livelihood. The guidelines are crucial to ensure a high quality, safe, and enjoyable experiences. And these guidelines are expected to ensure quality and consistency across cruise operations. And it is supposed to mitigate risk associated with cruise operations. And these guidelines will promote sustainable practices, responsible waste disposal, and environmental impact assessment. These guidelines are also expected to enhance the passenger experiences through inclusive services. And the guidelines will ensure compliance with national and international regulation. The BIS intends to prepare guidelines to promote sustainable practices, responsible waste disposal, and environmental impact assessment. The compliance with national and international regulation is essential. Guidelines ensure adherence to the laws and industry standards, simplifying operations for cruise operators. So, to develop effective guidelines, we involved cruise industry associations, government agencies, tourism boards, environmental organizations, and passenger advocacy groups. And we have Dr. K. Shiva Prasad, Professor and former HOD of Department of Ship Technology, Cochin, from Cochin University. And he is an expert in naval architecture, and sir would throw light on sustainable cruise tourism, need for standard and standardization, and looking outboard. And Mr. Soni, who is the CEO of Ship Tech Icon, he is also from Cochin University, will deliberate on innovative vessel design practices for sustainable cruise tourism, trends and technologies. And just now we heard a wonderful talk by Mr. Jose Charles, who is a retired director from Bureau of Indian Standards, who spoke on establishing benchmarks, the significance of tourism standards. At this point, I also want to emphasize the role Mr. Jose played with Pondicherry University becoming a part of BIS. It was just a 2 or 3 minute a casual meet which we had in Triple C, where the BIS had an exhibition stall. And by the time the minister came, we didn't have much time. We just barged into the stall, and within 2 minutes he asked, why don't you all become a part of the standards program of BIS? And we didn't know that BIS had a standards program for the university students. And then we kept in touch, and he was instrumental in we being a part of BIS. So let us give him a big hand of applause, which he has made a small discussion come to this stage where we were able to get a grant from BIS Delhi to be a part of their travel and tourism sector, and they gave us the first project of them came to us from Pondicherry University, and we are so thankful to you, sir. And in conclusion, the guidelines and the requirements of cruise tourism providers are crucial for promoting sustainable, safe, and enjoyable experiences. By working together, we can create a thriving industry that benefits all stakeholders. This workshop brings together expertise to deliberate on cruise tourism operations and service parameters to establish guidelines and requirements for cruise tourism providers. Thank you so much, and wishing you all a very beautiful day. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for that insightful overview. Your expertise and clarity in outlining the objectives of our workshop set a great tone for the day. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Malavika Deo, Dean, School of Management, Pondicherry University, for the presidential address.
A very good morning to all present here. Respected dignitaries on the dais, Professor K. Dharnikarsu, Vice Chancellor, Pondicherry University, Professor K. Sivaprasad, Department of Ship Technology, Cochin University, ex-Joint Director BIS, Mr. Jose Charles, and Mr. Sony TL from CEO Ship Technology, and my colleagues from the Department of Tourism, Tourism Studies, on the dais, off the dais, my dear students, guests. It's quite heartening to see the progress, development, and the achievements of Department of Tourism Studies in many aspects. Though tourism studies started as a center long back, the department, the center developed to a department, and since it has become because when it was a center, it was a one-man show. But seeing the potential of this studies or this subject, the center got promoted to department. It got full-fledged faculty members. Of course, still some posts are still vacant and it still yet to be full-fledged in all parameters. But the commitment of the department, the faculty, and their innovative ideas, their perseverance has made the department to shine among all the departments who are, all the universities who are offering tourism management throughout the country. Anytime if tourism studies are cited, faculty of our Pondicherry University Tourism Studies Department find a place. it's quite heartening. And every now and then, we see that the tourism department is able to find some ideas, find some occasion to make the student understand the nuances of the tourism industry, tourism as a business. It makes the student to understand tourism, to get involved in tourism, because the tourism students go to different places and they find the real tourism experience, and that makes them to understand what is required for tourism, because if they find some difficulties, they know that if you start a business of such kind, these are the things to be avoided. When they see some places, they feel that whether there are some places which can be promoted, they can take lead on that. At the same time, this gives a practical experience to the students with regard to tourism studies, tourism industry, tourism business. Now, as this workshop is on, setting service parameters and SOP for cruise tourism, as Professor Anuchandran was telling, that such type of workshop, I think, is very rare, because cruise tourism, of course, it is there in most of the foreign countries, as well as it is in India not in a very high key, it is in a low key, but still it exists. But as a business, how it can prosper? As you know, everywhere, a competition enhances quality, that we know, because in competition to go ahead, you need to provide quality services, quality products. So automatically quality gets enhanced. But as I told you, that the competition is not so high that the quality automatically will go up. At the same time, there is a need for feeling safe with regard to a particular product as well as a service. It is not that whatever products are available, if we get attracted, they qualify to be safe, they qualify to be worth taking or worth purchasing. Might be our knowledge may not be adequate to judge whether they can be taken. Now that, and the whole mass of people are the consumers. It is not segmented to certain people, and it is not confined to certain people. It is widespread. It is for all the population. Now, the safety of the citizens, safety of the people also becomes a big question mark. And how people will be able to get quality goods and quality services, there is a need for setting standards. There is a very much, that means to even though an illiterate person who doesn't have any idea can very confidently take up or purchase goods and services if somebody certifies who knows about its quality, who knows about its safety. Hence, the BIS is doing a very noble job of certifying the goods. As you were listening to the previous speaker, that the products, gold, as well as electronic products, all are BIS certified, and you are confident that once it is certified, you need not have to doubt about its quality. Whether you have knowledge or not, somebody has certified, and those who are knowledgeable, those who are experts. But certifying a service is little tricky. Now, how to certify the services? How to certify the SOP of providing a particular service? And more so, a service which is, sometimes it takes you back a little bit, because you are venturing to a place which is unknown. When we are in the land, something goes wrong, we can save ourselves. But when you are in the sea, when you are in the water, maybe there is something more required for making the service more qualitative, more sustainable, less risky. At the same time, being a business, tourism services, it has to be enjoyable. So, the BIS have come forward to associate with our tourism studies department to think of how can we set up a standard, how can you formulate the SOP so that all the cruise providers have to follow that, and those who want to go on cruise, once it is certified, they are going to have a pleasant experience, at the same time a safe experience. I am happy that our department is collaborating with this and has got a big project to contribute, and I congratulate the department, and more specifically the PI as well as the co-PIs of this project for being a part of setting the standard. It is not that just the department is offering tourism studies, creating entrepreneurs, creating teachers, creating managers. It also is involving in policy making. That is most important. Many a times it is seen that the studies and the policy makings go apart. Many a times we see that academics are not invited in a big way, unlike in Western countries, to be part of policy making. Bureaucrats, politicians, the citizen representatives, they are the part of the policy making, but very surprisingly, in many fields, the academicians are not involved in policy making. That's why both of them remain apart. Even though, why it happens? Because it is believed that the academicians do not have much exposure to practice. Academicians may not be, because they are away from practice, possibly for policy making, they will not be able to, because their knowledge may be theoretical, their knowledge will not be adequate how the practice needs, what the practice needs. Possibly that may be the reason, but this gap can be filled up. This gap can be shortened only when this type of association between the policymakers and the academician happens. And it's quite, I'm quite happy that the Department of Tourism Studies had made a big leap in associating itself in a very novel and very, very unique policy making. A big hand to the department. And soon another project is going to come as we got the news. So advance congratulations again for this. I hope the inputs from the experts, the ideas from the academics, because the ideas has emanated from the academics, and the policymakers felt that these ideas are worth investigating, and these ideas are worth experimenting, and these ideas are worth taking or given consideration for setting a standard. I think it's a unique experience for our university that the BIS, which is, see, this service is going to be, or this is applicable to all those who are giving to the cruise tourism. This is applicable to all. So I'm so happy that a small interaction with Mr. Josh Charles sometimes back has culminated into a big association between Pondicherry University and BIS. I'm thankful to you, sir, because sometimes back, 2-3 years, since last 2-3 years, our Sherry used to come, madam, we want to have a thing for BIS. Students are going to do some internship for BIS, or they are going to collect some information for BIS. We want to involve them. So this was the talk all the times, that involving some students for some data collections. But I didn't know that this small involvement is going to be fruitful in this way. Congratulations. I wish that this workshop will be a very, very fruitful workshop, and lot of ideas will come in this, lot of discussions will happen, or maybe because most of you are students, here we need not think you as only the students and here teacher and students. Ideas are there in everybody's mind. Once some ignition is there, some provocation is there, some ideas comes, and because everybody experiences, everybody is a consumer, everybody is a service, takes the service. So ideas are in plenty. Only thing, there is a need for a right environment to bring out the ideas, and that is the reason this workshop has happened. I heartily welcome all the resource persons who are going to make you know about what is it and what else you feel that it is required to bring a SOP. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for giving an opportunity, and I thank all the resource persons to come all the way to our School of Management and make us more resourceful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Your vision and words has provided us with valuable direction. Now, I respectfully invite Honorable Vice Chancellor of Pondicherry University, Professor K. Taranikarasu, for the inaugural address.
Respected Dean, School of Management, Professor Malabika Dio, and the head of the Department of Tourism Studies, Professor Anuchandran, and the workshop organizer, Dr. Sherry Abraham, and the chief guest, Professor K. Shivaprasad from Department of Ship Technology, Cochin. Hope he will give you all the ship technology related things. Because earlier we used to be, our India used to be very leader in ship. But when I was in Korea, they said Korea was the fourth in the ship technology. They did not have enough. Even after 1953 only they got the how to make iron from iron ore. But they were leaders. But we are not up to at least we are not able to beating Korea even in the ship as well as in the textiles. We were earlier we used to be leaders, but we are not able to compete with them. So hope his insights will be very useful to you. On the guest of honor, Mr. Sony TL, again from CUSAT, Cochin, and Mr. Jose Charles, Joint Director, BIS, Chennai. I was sitting here, I was hearing his talk. So this is really wonderful opportunity for the students to have idea about the cruise tourism as well as ship technology and then BIS standard, because the tourism is a subject where you cannot say I don't know this. You should know everything. So in this way it is very useful for the students. It is not only the tourism, also the MBA also you have to be the master of alls. Recently I attended one cake ceremony in the one of the star hotel. I was invited as one of the guests. So there the chef of the hotel, he was giving, it's not from our city, he is from other city, but he is the chef of that hotel. Our important person also from our city government, he also attending. He was briefing about Pondicherry tourism. He was keep on telling about negative things. Says, Pondicherry is a very wonderful city. Before they enter into Pondicherry, they were having very high opinion about Pondicherry. They want to visit. This is the place where French people ruled. How the Pondicherry was ruled by this. This is a different, you can say they view Pondicherry as the different nation. Because other cities were different, ruled by British or Portugal in Goa. But this place was ruled by French people. They view always as a different nation entering to the different country. But to some extent, they could see White Town, and then all the architectures, even the public. They were really, it is a good experience. But he was telling, sir, we can be more. We can do more on tourism, because they were expecting more from Pondicherry government. And he was keep on telling many things. I really felt bad, because when our tourism department is here, if the other state person is coming and then telling to our the policy making person, then it will give the bad impression also that our tourism department is not doing anything. That's what I took it. Then I said, sir, we have a tourism department and we have made many policies for the union territory. and it is our tourism department is working with our government tourism ministry, and they made many policies, and they give often the different models, also the spiritual tourism, and then the architecture, all those things I told, but still we have to accept. Somebody says that is the MBA model, like you always go for SWOT analysis and accept there is always a room for development. And our role, why I am telling this, our role is more in the tourism in Pondicherry, not only Pondicherry, in the national level as well as international level, because everybody viewing the central university as the university, what they are giving to the society, not only national level or international level. That is the expectation. So we have to fulfill our. It is not that the student join here, getting degree and then getting a job and go away. Don't think that your role is only limited there. They need, their expectation is every day is going high and high. That is why you are also very difficult to get this seat here. And you could see many central schemes, they are involving academic institution also now to bring more changes. The way the Ronald Reagan has done for USA, now from 2019 Act onwards, they are expecting more from what is our, why we are not touching the academic. There are intellectuals, those teachers and students, and they can contribute more to the society. And they can throw now also the how to go for startups, incubation, all those things. So now earlier even teachers, we cannot start the any startup, we cannot own any industry. Now our Indian government is allowing to some with conditions, but still it is a good opportunity now. So business management is playing a major role now. Your role to the service to the society, service to the, even when it comes to the cruise, even international laws also, your role is more. So your contribution to the society is more. I just want to mention this to the students. You have whatever you have whatever the field you are ending up, there what best can be done. There are a lot of things to be done. When it comes to the policy, when it comes to the SOP, there are many things. Even in the university, we don't have many policies. I am trying to do many policies, but still there are many fields we have to develop policies and then implement those policies, and it is highly challenging, and it will be very useful also. So in this way, this one-day national workshop on setting service parameters and standard operating procedure for tourism operation will be very useful at this field. So don't think that the resource person is going to frame the policy and you are going to accept. So please come out from that mindset. You are all managers. You also have your own idea. So why this field is not taken up? And wherever there is a field which is not taken up for the business, there may be some reason behind this. All those reasons that people say the bottlenecks, all those the reasons you have to concentrate and you have to give the valuable solutions to this. So it rests with you. So it is not only the 3 or 4 people they are going to talk. You have to also go along with them and have your own view and discuss with them. And why not this way? Why this way? Like this, at the end of this workshop, you have to have some policy framework. And believe it or not, whatever the recommendations going from our institution, they take it very seriously. Whether it is a proposal, whether it is a policy, whether it is a SOP, they are taking it very seriously. And I request teachers also to take it seriously and think about those lines. How to take the workshop into the more beneficial to the national build-up as well as the international level. So this will really useful to the as a result to the community. This is one thing. The second thing is for the student. There are many cities, the students also, they have not seen even the sea throughout their life. When they talk about sea, how it looks like only they hear through their teachers. But you have a live, you can see live here. So you can see the problems associated with this, advantages associated with this. And that's why the Cochin, the resource person, they are coming here and then you are talking with you. So you can easily understand. There are many institutions, new institution entering, and then they are, since it is new, they are working very hard, and then they are scoring more than 46, 47. So in this aspect, we have a responsibility for every department. We are all doing good, but at the same time, we have to market this outside. When it comes to the tourism, we have to show in our each and every department, we have to show what we have done from 1985 to this date. We have contributed to the society. And this will bring, when it comes to the Pondicherry University, our ranking always, it is good. Among the central universities, it is good. But when it comes to the Pondicherry University, there should be something which is stand-ups. We have to market this properly. I am meeting many people who are visiting here. They have a different opinion about Pondicherry. Some people, they say, is it a state university or private university, like this. Now when I said central university, our president, honorable president is our visitor, they said, oh, is it so? So why these things? Because we are not marketing whatever we are doing it. So as a student, you are all ambassadors for us. You have to bring, you have to tell also others what great things it is here. And as a teachers also, we have to market, at least you are doing many things, new things here. And, but we are not doing any marketing, even a notice board, if you see, nobody knows. A website we see, nobody knows. What is, we are doing excellently, our students are placed everywhere, they are excellently doing outside, our alumni is good, everything. But when it comes to the marketing, as you know, there should be something, yes, we have done this. To attract at least one point, yes, tourism department, this has done. So no other university has done it. Like this, every department should have the point to tell the public that this is the thing which is new things we have done, which is not there in the other department. That way it can be attracted to the outsiders to understand what really we are doing this. So I request all of you, because I could see Professor Svein is sitting like a Latvian now, correct? But nobody knows. Nobody knows about this MOU, about these projects. Because this is the way we are doing everything, we know that we are doing everything, but the public do not know about this. They should know also, because we are contributing a lot. See, after all, our universities are for teaching definitely to the student and making good graduates. Second thing is contributing to the society. Government is looking up to us now. What you are contributing to the society. So when it comes to this, we have to tell, yes, my department has done this, new things, or best practices we are doing here in this department, which nobody else is doing this. So I request the department also start doing this, and not only to the tourism industries, the public should also attract, oh, this is happening, I heard this is happening in this university, but whoever comes to me, I told you, they astonished once they visited our university. They think that, it is the 5-acre campus like this. When I say it is a 7-8 acres campus, is it so? 7-8 acres, it is too big. So that is, we cannot invite everyone to our campus and say ours is good. So we have to go to the public and say that what we have, best things we have, which is not available to in the other universities. So we are all brand ambassadors. Students are brand ambassadors for this. I know student expectation is high. You have expectation is high, and we are trying to satisfy this also. But beside this, we have to, as ambassador to our university, you have to tell the good things also. That is the reason you are all attracted here. So we have to tell them. There is many ways. You are all very strong in social medias, and tell the good things about your department. Make small 30 minutes video and put it in the Instagram. This is what my department. This is how I am here. So nowhere I can see this. This is the way. You should be proud about this. So it is like our family. Whenever somebody talks about our family, we don't we don't accept it. Same thing to our department, same thing to our university. We may have some difference of opinion in our family, but we don't allow others to talk about our family. Same thing here also. We have many expectations from the administration, from the department, but still we have to say good things about our university. Of course, even if you go to US university, there is no 100% satisfaction. And there also you will have some expectation you cannot fulfill. So there is no always room for as a business manager, you know this, there is always the room for the development, that we have to do the best business, whatever the facilities we have. So in this, I request both the students as well as teachers to use your department to publicize the more about good things about university, bring more positivity for our department as well as university. So with this, I thank the organizers, that is the Department of Tourism Studies, for inviting me this one-day national workshop. And I thank also resource persons from Cochin, and also BIS, Mr. Joe Sarles, Dr. Professor K. Shivaprasad, and Mr. Sony TL, all the way coming from there, and coming here for sharing their knowledge with our students. And thank you once again, the department as well as the resource person, and thank you all for patient hearing. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir. Your words have laid a strong foundation for today's proceedings. Now, we would like to embark on the event by exchange of honors. I request Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Tarani Karasu to honor Dr. K. Shivaprasad, Department of Ship Technology, Cochin. Now, it is with great pleasure that I invite Dr. Sibi P.S., Associate Professor, Department of Tourism Studies, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Very good afternoon to all of you, distinguished dignitaries who grace today's occasion. Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Tarani Karasu, our Dean School of Management Professor Malavika Dio ma'am, the resource persons for this workshop Professor K. Shivaprasad and Mr. Soni from CUSAT, Mr. Jose Charles and Mr. Ashwant from BIS, Head of the Department Dr. Anu Chandran, Dr. Sherry Abraham, who is the convener of this conference, my colleagues in the department, Professor Y. Venkatrao, Dean Students Welfare and Professor of DTS, Professor Sambat Kumar Swain, Dr. Anusha, our office, DTS office, scholars and students. When we have reached to this end of this inaugural function of this workshop, I am sure that now you understood the importance of standards in our life. And we already completed one session on standards, importance of standard by Mr. Jose also. As you understood rightly, standards are integral to every aspects of our life. Let it be ensuring quality, safety, sustainability and consistency across different fields. We are living in a system where we are expecting standards, set standard for almost everything, in business, in education, in classrooms, healthcare, or even in our social interactions. Now, when I was listening to the parameters of standardizations and the first session, I was thinking whether we have a scope for having standards for intangible aspects too. Because we expect some kind of standards in people's behavior also, in communication, collaboration, ethical behavior. So we want to check with you, sir, later. So if there is any plan for that also, to have standards for intangible aspects. As you all understood rightly, standard give us a feeling of trust. The Bureau of Indian Standards, in line with the Government of India's policy to promote cruise tourism, entrusted with us a project that enabled us to bring all these resource persons today for this discussion. So it is my privilege to express our gratitude to all those who have made this event resourceful and successful. First of all, let me express our gratitude to Bureau of Indian Standards, the National Standard Body of India, for accepting our project proposal and granting us approval for it. It is a great honor for the Department of Tourism Studies to collaborate with BIS. So on behalf of Pondicherry University, I extend our heartfelt thanks to the officials, especially officials of Service Sector Department and Standard Coordination and Monitoring Department of BIS. It is my great honor to express our deepest gratitude to our esteemed Vice Chancellor, Professor K. Tarani Karasu, for inaugurating this event. Sir's valuable insights and distinguished presence here have made today's event truly special. So we are grateful to you, sir, for the time you have dedicated to spend with us today amongst all your busy schedule. On behalf of Department of Tourism Studies, I extend our sincere thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir. And sir, we assure you that the suggestions you have given to the department will take forward in our future plans. Will incorporate all, especially marketing the university and extending our services to the society, and definitely contributing extensively for policy making. Thank you, sir. I would also like to express our heartfelt gratitude to our respected Dean School of Management, Professor Malavika Dio, for her dynamic leadership and for all her support throughout our events. Her inspiring address today during the felicitation truly means a lot to us. Her compliments are really encouraging us, and we will take it forward. Thank you, ma'am. We are fortunate to have three esteemed resource persons with us today with extensive knowledge, experience and expertise in the field of ship technology, cruise operations, standards and procedures. After this session, we will have discussions which will be highlighting sustainable cruise tourism need for standards, innovative designs, especially ship designing, and the significance of tourism standards in the coming sessions. On behalf of Pondicherry University, Department of Tourism Studies, I express our sincere gratitude to Professor K. Shivaprasad, Professor of Naval Architecture in the Department of Ship Technology, CUSAT, so for accepting, to share his wisdom on shipbuilding. Professor Shivaprasad is a visionary and a highly sought after technical expert, consultant and advisor to numerous academic and professional bodies, as well as he is a member of classification committees related to ship technology. When I was going through his CV, actually he just mentioned a brief CV, but I did not know it was very elaborate with the depth of contribution he is giving in the area of ship technology. So it is an honor to have you here today, sir. We are thankful to you for accepting our invitation and to come to Pondicherry to impart your knowledge with us. Thank you, sir. At this moment, I would like to express our deep sense of gratitude to Mr. Soni, CEO of Ship Technology Industry Consultancy, CUSAT. What I understood it is a first ever student startup based in naval architecture and shipbuilding in India. So he is a motivation for all our students. As a startup in the campus, he has started this company, and we are just mentioning he is in the CUSAT campus for from his BTech onwards. He is doing his PhD also in CUSAT in the same area. Your insights on innovative vessel designs for sustainable cruise tourism would be a new area of knowledge for all of us. We are waiting for it. Great appreciation for your wonderful achievements in business, research and consultancy. Thank you for finding time to visit us. Our sincere thanks to Mr. George Charles. As Sherry Madam mentioned, the very first contact we had with the BIS, I also recall the day when me and Sherry Madam, actually we didn't know that some exhibition was happening there. It was out of curiosity we thought of going to that venue of Triple C to know what are the stalls available. Then we saw a stall of BIS. Again, there Madam initiated how being Department of Tourism Studies, we will get benefit from BIS or a mutual benefit from BIS. Then Sir actually gave a chance. He guided us to start some mentor programs with BIS, and that is how it started. And he guided us to initiate the program with BIS, which ultimately led to the proposal of an MOU with BIS and DTS. Sir, we are deeply grateful for that moment, and especially to you for your continuous support in fostering our association with BIS. Even now, Sir is continuing to extend his support and giving his expertise and guidance to help us to complete this project also. Thank you so much. I also thank Mr. Ashwant, who accompanied Sir, and he is extending great support for preparing our draft project because this project is a little different from any other research project. Their expectation is different, so just to know the format and their expectation from us, we get some expertise from their side. So Mr. Ashwant is helping us with that. Thank you. So I'm delighted to express my appreciation to the team of this BIS project, Professor Anu Chandran, head of the department, Dr. Sherry Abraham, the project director, myself, and Ms. Reena for the efforts in organizing this workshop. And always we receive moral support and timely guidance from our senior colleagues in the department, Professor Y. Venkat Rao and Professor Sampath Kumar Swing. We are truly grateful to you, sir. Thank you so much for both of you for your continuous support and mentorship in the department. Thank you. I also thank our newly joined guest faculty, Dr. Anusha, for your presence and support here. I take this opportunity to express my appreciation to Dr. Sumitra and Dr. Rachel Jesse. Both of them, they are not available today. Actually, Sumitra was on the way. So unfortunately, she met with a small accident and she could not reach here. They are the research assistant for this project. I appreciate them for their dedicated efforts for the completion of this project. They are working with us with utmost sincerity, and I really commend them for their hard work. Special note of appreciation to the coordinators of this program, scholar coordinators, Ekta, Sujya, and Mr. Ridudas, and student coordinator Shabri for their effort in putting this program in such a wonderful way.